especially the shutout versus the Leafs. But I have to ask you first about Lane Hutson. Dynamic young player. I mean, he gets this place buzzing all the time. Could you ever imagine when you took him in the second round the player that he's become today?
This just happened. It's real, and it's big. Lane Hutson has finally spoken about what's going on with the Canadiens. No one expected this right now. The team is working on something huge behind the scenes. What he said is out. It changes everything the fans were guessing. This all came out just days before training camp. Lane Hutson and the Montreal Canadiens are working on a contract extension. The discussions are described as positive, with both sides believed to be targeting a long-term deal. Hutson became eligible to sign an extension on July 1st. He qualifies under the NHL's 10.2C restricted free agency rules. This means he cannot receive offer sheets from other teams and does not have arbitration rights. The structure limits Hutson's negotiating leverage, giving Montreal full control over the pace and direction of talks. Both sides are believed to be aiming for a 6 to 8 year agreement. Comparable deals include those of both of whom signed contracts with average annual values in the $8 to $9 million range. Brock Faber's 8-year deal was worth $59 million. Jake Sanderson signed for 8 years at $8 million and 5 cents per season. The salary cap will rise to $104 million next season. Projections suggest that Hutson's cap hit could fall between $8.8 million and $9.5 million if it reflects roughly 9 to 9.5% of the total cap. This structure aligns with contracts signed recently by other defensemen in Hutson's position. Hutson had a standout rookie season. He recorded 66 points, including 60 assists. That tied the all-time NHL record for most assists by a rookie defenseman. He became the first Canadiens defenseman in history to reach that milestone as a rookie and was awarded the Calder Memorial Trophy, which is given to the league's best rookie. The Canadiens reportedly consider Hutson a major piece of their long-term plans. His performance, particularly during the second half of the season where he frequently played top-pair minutes, has cemented his role in the team's rebuild. There is no indication of trade activity or outside distractions. Hutson remains a core part of Montreal's future, and there is no reported interest in exploring other roster moves involving him. The challenge now is agreeing on the final numbers. Hutson's production has outpaced most defensemen his age. He was drafted 62nd overall in 2022 and has quickly moved from late-round prospect to top-line NHL defenseman. His scoring numbers, ice time, and special teams usage make him a rare case. The timing is important. With the salary cap increasing faster than in previous years, signing Hutson now could provide future savings as the market resets. The Canadiens are also building around a young core and want cost certainty in their key positions. Lane Hutson recently made a short public comment on the negotiations. At a youth hockey event, he said, "I trust the process, and I'm happy with how things are going with the team." It was his first public statement since the talks began. That brief statement confirmed what had been circulating behind the scenes. Discussions are active, productive, and likely to end in a long-term agreement. In just one NHL season, Hutson has tied league records and set team milestones. He is also one of the youngest defensemen to reach 60 assists in a single season. Before turning pro, Hutson played 2 seasons at Boston University. He was one of the highest-scoring defensemen in college hockey during that time. The Canadiens signed him to his entry-level NHL contract in April 2024. His next contract will be his second in the league and his first major deal. The Canadiens are now determining how to balance term and salary in a way that benefits both sides as the franchise continues its rebuild. The outlook is stable, talks are steady, and there is no reported tension between the player and team. Lane Hutson's breakout rookie season has made his extension a top priority. The team wants to secure him as a long-term fixture on the blue line. As training camp approaches, all signs indicate that a deal is coming. It could happen any day or stretch closer to the season. There is no deadline pressure. The Canadiens are entering a defining phase in their rebuild. Locking in Hutson to a multi-year deal would represent a major step in solidifying their defensive core core for the future. Until the contract is announced, Lane Hutson continues preparing for year 2. He is skating, training, and expected to enter the season as one of the team's top minute players. His development will remain one of the key stories of Montreal's season, and his next contract will likely shape the team's future cap decisions. The message is now clear. Hutson has spoken, and the Canadiens are listening. The deal is coming. It's just a matter of when.
It's late summer, just weeks before the new hockey season, and something big is happening in Montreal. Lane Hutson's talks with the Montreal Canadiens have taken a sharp turn. The numbers being discussed are as high as the biggest deals in the league. This sudden move has caught the attention of players, teams, and fans across the NHL. What happens next could change the Canadiens' defense for years. Lane Hutson is set to play the last season of his 3-year rookie contract with the Montreal Canadiens. This contract began after the Canadiens picked him in the second round of the 2022 NHL Draft. The deal started in the 2023-24 season and runs through the end of the 2025-26 season. When it ends, Hutson will be a restricted free agent. A restricted free agent, or RFA, is a player whose contract has ended but whose rights are still held by his team. Under NHL rules, this means the Canadiens will be able to match any offer from another team or receive draft picks as payment if he signs elsewhere. NHL analyst Jimmy Murphy spoke about Hutson's contract future in a recent report. Murphy said, "You're going to get treated well. It's in their back pocket." This means that both Hutson and the Canadiens already have a clear idea of what will happen when talks begin. Reports from multiple sources say the Canadiens plan to keep Hutson on a long-term deal. The new contract could look like the one the New York Islanders gave defenseman Noah Dobson. 8 years, $8.5 million per season. Hutson's rookie season gave the Canadiens a reason to act fast. He scored 66 points in 82 games. This included 60 assists. For his strong season, Hutson won the Calder Memorial Trophy. This award is given every year to the NHL's top rookie. He was the first Canadiens defenseman to win it since Larry Robinson in 1973. Hutson played a big role in every game. His average ice time was more than 22 minutes per game, one of the highest for rookie defensemen in the league. He played on the first power play unit and was used in many key situations. The Canadiens' plan to sign him long-term fits their strategy with other young players. By signing early, they can keep a core player in place and know the exact cost for years to come. The Canadiens' control of his rights after next season gives them time. An RFA can only leave if another team makes an offer and the player accepts it, something that happens rarely in today's NHL. The NHL salary cap has been going up in recent seasons, and more increases are expected. This may affect when the Canadiens choose to start talks. A bigger cap gives them more room to work with when making a long-term deal. Hutson's rookie year also showed his value in more than just points. He had a plus-minus rating of +18 and ranked in the top 3 among Canadiens defensemen for blocked shots. His smooth puck movement helped the team get the puck out of their zone and start plays up the ice. Comparisons to Dobson are important. At the time of his deal, Dobson had just finished a 70-point season and was considered one of the league's top young defensemen. Hutson's current cap hit is under $1 million a year because of the NHL entry-level contract rules. This is far below what his market value would be based on his rookie year. A long-term deal signed soon could save the Canadiens money over time and keep their roster stable. Murphy's comments also show that both sides want to avoid a messy negotiation. In the past, some young RFAs have missed training camp or even regular season games while waiting for a deal. These holdouts can hurt both the player and the team. Hutson's quick rise is part of a trend in the NHL. Young defensemen with top-end offensive skill are making a big impact earlier in their careers. His ability to run a power play and create scoring plays has made him a key part of the Canadiens' plans. The salary for top defensemen has been climbing. A long-term deal for Hutson could be worth between $8 million and $9 million per year. A shorter deal called a bridge contract could be worth more per year, but would give him another chance at free agency sooner. The Canadiens have until the summer of 2026 to sign him before his RFA status begins. The phrase from Murphy, "You're going to get treated well," makes it clear that the Canadiens value Hutson highly. It's in their back pocket means that both sides already have a plan for when the time comes. Hutson's numbers, his award, and his place in team history mean that his next contract will be closely watched by the league. His transition to the NHL was immediate. In his first game, Hutson recorded an assist. Within his first 10 games, he had 9 points. His ability to adapt to the speed and physical play of the NHL surprised many analysts. Throughout his rookie season, Hutson's play against top competitions stood out. Against division rivals like the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs, he often faced their best forwards and still posted strong numbers. By midseason, he was playing in all situations, even penalty kill shifts, showing trust from the coaching staff. Montreal's power play, which had struggled in past seasons, improved with Hutson at the point. His vision and quick passing helped create more scoring chances and better puck control. In the playoffs, Hutson continued to produce. He finished with 8 points in 12 games, ranking second among all rookie defensemen in playoff scoring. The Canadiens see him as a core piece for their next push toward being a contender. Locking him up to a long deal would match the approach other top teams have taken with their young stars. The coming season will be important. Another big year from Hutson could push the numbers even higher, but with both sides in agreement, a deal before next summer is possible.
I think we just need to take steps as individuals. We're a super young team. We got a lot of guys, and I think that's exciting. Just we all have so much room to grow, and if personally I can take a step in my game, and all these guys that they're starting their careers or a couple years in, take another step. We're going to make it tough on teams, and that's our goal. And
Connor Bedard has made a shocking announcement that no one expected. With the 2025-26 season fast approaching, the 19-year-old Phenom's future in Chicago is now in doubt. His latest comments have left fans, reporters, and analysts reeling. Could this be the end of his time with the Blackhawks? Stay tuned as we break down what just happened and what this means for the future of Bedard and the Blackhawks.
It's an Olympic year, obviously. How much of a motivation is that for you? Open everyone's eyes and say, hey, I'm still here. I want to be on the Olympic team.
Connor Bedard's rise to stardom has been nothing short of spectacular. The young forward, who was selected first overall by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2023 NHL Draft, quickly became the face of the franchise. In his rookie season, Bedard wasted no time making an impact, racking up 61 points and winning the Calder Trophy as the league's best rookie. By his second season, he was already producing at an elite level with 67 points in 82 games. But as the 2025-26 season approaches, everything has changed. Despite his individual success, the Blackhawks have struggled as a team. After finishing last in the Central Division for 2 straight years, the organization is still in the midst of a rebuilding process. With Bedard entering the final year of his entry-level contract, many have begun to wonder, what's next for the young superstar? In a recent announcement, Bedard broke his silence and revealed exactly what everyone feared. Connor Bedard's contract situation has been a topic of intense speculation. As the first overall pick in 2023, Bedard signed a 3-year entry-level contract with the Blackhawks, which is set to expire at the end of the 2025-2026 season. This means that Bedard is eligible to sign an extension with the Blackhawks starting on July 1st, 2025. The team has expressed interest in keeping Bedard long-term, but the 19-year-old has yet to sign a new deal. In a recent interview, Blackhawks general manager Kyle Davidson confirmed that talks between the team and Bedard's camp have already begun. "We are talking, so I think that's an indicator of an openness to discuss," Davidson said. But while the team seems eager to extend Bedard, the future remains uncertain. In the interview, Davidson also made it clear that no contract extension has been finalized, and the timeline for an agreement is still unclear. The Blackhawks' direction and performance are also key factors in determining Bedard's future with the team. In the same interview, Davidson acknowledged that Bedard's decision to stay in Chicago would depend on the team's ability to build a competitive roster around him. While he has maintained a positive attitude, it's clear that Bedard wants to see the Blackhawks improve. In the same interview, he was asked about the team's future and said, "We're excited for that," referring to the hope that the team will turn things around. The frustration is understandable. Bedard is a generational talent, and he deserves to play on a team that can contend for a championship. Despite the Blackhawks' recent struggles, the team has made moves to improve its roster. During the offseason, the Blackhawks added key players, including forward Andrei Burakovsky from the Seattle Kraken and Sam Lafferty from the Buffalo Sabres. Additionally, the team signed top prospect Anton Frondell to a 3-year entry-level contract. These moves signal that the Blackhawks are serious about surrounding Bedard with more talent in the coming seasons. Bedard's dedication to the Blackhawks is clear. He has maintained a strong bond with the city and its fans, and he understands that rebuilding takes time. But the pressure is mounting, and Bedard's future may ultimately depend on whether the team can surround him with the pieces needed to win. As the 2025-26 season draws closer, the Chicago Blackhawks face some difficult decisions regarding their future and the future of their star player, Connor Bedard. If the team's performance does not improve and they remain at the bottom of the standings, Bedard may be forced to reconsider his options. A team with a generational talent like Bedard should be competitive, and if the Blackhawks cannot provide that, Bedard's loyalty to the franchise may be tested. However, if the Blackhawks can continue to build around Bedard and improve their roster, he may very well stay and become the centerpiece of a future championship team. It's clear that Bedard has the potential to lead the Blackhawks back to prominence, but the team must be committed to putting the right pieces in place. Regardless of what happens with his future in Chicago, Connor Bedard has already had a massive impact on the NHL. His extraordinary talent and work ethic have made him one of the most exciting players to watch in recent years. Bedard's debut season was historic, and he has continued to build on that success. His presence in the NHL has brought a renewed sense of excitement to the league, and the potential for him to lead a team to a championship in the future is a compelling storyline for hockey fans everywhere. With the 2025-26 season fast approaching, the future of Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks remains uncertain. Bedard's announcement has left fans and analysts questioning what comes next for the young star. The team's performance in the coming seasons will play a significant role in Bedard's decision, and only time will tell whether the Blackhawks can build a team around him that is capable of competing for a Stanley Cup. One thing is clear: Connor Bedard is a generational talent, and wherever he goes, he will make an impact. The next chapter in his career promises to be one of the most exciting in NHL history.
I'd like to officially request a trade to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
This just happened. After weeks of silence, Connor McDavid finally spoke. His words were clear. The rumors didn't stop. Toronto's name came up again and again. McDavid didn't say no. He didn't say yes. He just said what people didn't expect. Now fans, teams, and reporters are talking louder than ever. This all happened just days after the Oilers lost in the Stanley Cup Final. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He's also one of the best hockey players in the world. Right now, he's in the news because of something he said and something he didn't say. It started after the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final. They played hard but lost in 6 games to the Florida Panthers. They didn't win on their home ice. And once again, Canada did not get a Stanley Cup winner. That makes 32 years in a row. A few days after the loss, McDavid talked to the media. Reporters asked about his future. His contract ends in 2026. He's allowed to sign a new one now, but when asked, he said this: "It's only been a couple of days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup. I'm going to talk to my agent a little bit and family, but there's no rush on anything like that." There's no rush? That surprised people. Why? Because McDavid can sign a big new deal right now. Other players do that. They don't wait. But McDavid isn't signing yet, and he didn't say he would stay in Edmonton. Fans in Toronto noticed. So did NHL teams. So did the media. Some people now think he might leave Edmonton in 2026 and sign with the Maple Leafs. The talk got so loud that NHL insiders had to explain what was going on. Chris Johnston, a reporter, said there have been no talks yet between McDavid and the Oilers about a new contract. None. That's a fact. Teams don't wait with stars like McDavid, but Edmonton is waiting. And Toronto is listening. Other reporters said the Maple Leafs are one of the few teams that could pay McDavid. His next contract might be worth $85 million. That's about $17 million a year. Toronto has the money. They made moves to free up space. They even traded Mitch Marner to the Vegas Golden Knights. That trade saved money, and that money could go toward McDavid. Austin Matthews is already in Toronto. If McDavid joined him, it would be one of the biggest duos in hockey history. But it's not just about money, it's about timing. McDavid turns 29 in January 2026. He also won the Conn Smythe Trophy this year. Even though his team lost, that means he was the best player in the playoffs. Only a few players have ever done that while losing the finals. So, what does that mean? It means McDavid is playing as well as ever. And he still doesn't have a Stanley Cup. Now people are asking, will he leave Edmonton to try to win somewhere else? Some say yes, others say no. Gene Principe is a longtime Oilers announcer. He said McDavid loves Edmonton. He said McDavid is probably staying, but even he said that could change. Another reporter, Bruce Arthur, said McDavid has many reasons to stay. Edmonton is a strong team. They have young stars like Evan Bouchard. They made the finals. They might do it again. But still, McDavid hasn't signed. He said winning is what matters most. If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem. That's what he said. If McDavid doesn't sign a deal before 2026, he will become a free agent on July 1st of that year. He can go anywhere. Toronto has space. Toronto has Matthews. Toronto has roots. The Oilers, meanwhile, have said nothing. They haven't started talks with McDavid. Not yet. No official meetings, no updates. And McDavid's agent hasn't made a statement either. That silence means something. That's why people are saying McDavid broke his silence and shocked everyone, because he didn't say yes and he didn't say no. He just opened the door and let the buzz begin.